NXT starts off hot as always. We get the final 4 competitors in the last chance match for the Iron Survivor Challenge. Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Cora Jade, and Ren Sinclair. And the most unexpected person won. Ren Sinclair won, but it wasn't really a fair victory. Now, I kinda know why Ren Sinclair is in this match. She's obviously not gonna win the Iron Survivor. If she did, it would be the biggest surprise of the year for me. But she's probably just there to take most of the pinfalls. Because, you have a lot of competitors in that match that you don't want to lose. Like Giulia, Stephanie Vaquer, Delta. Like so many women you don't want to have take too many pinfalls. So having Ren Sinclair in there to just eat them, it's a spot that needs to be taken. And like you're not going to give it to Kalani or Cora Jade. So it all makes sense. And after the match, well, Ren Sinclair won because Lola Vice attacked Jada Parker. And just after the match, Jada Parker comes to the ring. She tells the referees to pull the ropes down. She wants that underground match now. And Ava says, no, it's going to happen at Deadline. So at Deadline, we're going to have Jada Parker, Lola Vice in an underground match. I'm surprised they're putting it on a pay-per-view, but I'm very excited for this. Jada Parker knocks out Lola Vice, which makes me think Lola's probably going to win. I mean, yeah, she kind of is because it's her match type. It's like her specialty. But yeah, it's a match I'm excited for so we can finally end this rivalry. Eddie Thorpe is interviewed and he says he did nothing wrong. They found footage and they proved he didn't attack Ava at all. So he's innocent and he's back into that last chance match. But he and Lexis King get into a squabble. Just interesting to note that Eddie Thorpe didn't attack Ava, and we're getting more of this throughout the night. We get more info about this, so stay tuned. Karmen Petrovic gets some flowers from Ashante the Adonis. He says he only talked to Nikita Lyons before Karmen got into the picture. And Karmen, sorta, she doesn't completely believe it. I like this. I like the turn we're taking with this love story. It keeps getting more interesting every week, right? It's at the moment my favorite story on NXT. I really like it, and I'm unsure where we're going, and I love that. We get the Battle Royal for the number 1 contendership for the Tag Team Championships and the NQCC one. And I'm glad it's gonna be a big night for the NQCC at Deadline, even though they're not gonna win any of the matches. Still a pretty big night. But I'm surprised they won. I thought Josh Briggs and that Japanese guy's gonna win. I'm unfortunately not sure of his name yet, but apparently he's a pretty big deal over there in Japan. And when I first heard of it, I didn't talk about it on the channel. I was under the assumption they were gonna put him in a singles run, because like NXT is very diverse in the top of its card. Plus also he brings a different style to what we have right now, and we need a lot of singles competitors. So treating him as a top star could have helped. I understand why, but throwing him in a tag team with Josh Briggs, it just doesn't feel satisfactory. But okay, the NQCC won. I love the NQCC, so I'm excited for that match. Then we had this whole thing with Eric Bischoff, Ridge Holland, and Trick Williams. I was disappointed by it. I don't know what I really expected, but it felt like we didn't get anything. We didn't progress much out of this. Like, if you made Eric Bischoff Ridge Holland's manager, that would have been cool, because Ridge Holland, he's fine on the mic, but like it would give him some credibility. I just didn't feel this did anything more. Although afterwards, Ridge Holland absolutely destroys Trick Williams, and Trick Williams is sent to the hospital. That was fun, but I still don't believe. I don't have any belief in me that Ridge Holland is going to win the NXT Championship. I just don't see that happening. It's not going to happen. So I don't see the point in even making me try to believe this. Let's just get to the match and get it over with. Unless you're gonna actually try to make Ridge Holland into a beast and make me believe he can take it, then I'm not too invested in this. Then we have Karmen Petrovic versus Nikita Lyons. Ashante the Adonis comes out during a match and he saves Karmen Petrovic by shoving her away, which leads to her pinning Nikita Lyons. But there's still some tension between the couple. Like I said, I really love this story. I'm not sure where it's going. The two of them still don't seem like they're on completely good paths yet, but I've enjoyed this a lot. Then Sean Spears and his cronies are backstage. That new guy, man, this is the most generic white guy faction of all time. I'm not interested in any of these guys, man. They've completely botched this faction, and now it looks like they want to add Gigi Dolan or Tatum Paxley in it. Like, I don't blame you. Like, if I had a faction, I would want Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley in there. But yeah, I mean, don't do it. It's gonna bring Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan down if they're in this. So let's not do this. Let's completely reboot this faction and try something different. But talking about Gigi Dolan, she defeats a returning Izzy Dame. Not really returning, but we haven't seen her in a long time. And she defeats her. Shawn Spears looks on. I don't want to see this. Let's give Gigi Dolan a run in the North American title scene. Let's not do this with Tatum Paxley either. She deserves so much better. Just all around. Let's not do anything with Shawn Spears until this faction is actually interesting. Javon Evans gives his predictions for who's gonna be the last man in the Iron Survivor, and he has a conversation with X-Pac. That was nice. I don't see the point in it, but it was just a nice appearance. And Eddie Thorpe is the one who advances. You kind of saw that coming with how they were building him in the last couple of weeks, but he might not be in the Iron Survivor match. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But after the match, he goes and he tries to brag to Ava, but Ava's not there. She's with Trick Williams at the hospital. And Eddie Thorpe is pissed off. He walks away. But as the show goes off the air later, we discover Eddie Thorpe has been attacked backstage. Now, my theory is that this is going to be Pentagon Dark or Junior or whatever he's going to be called in NXT. Because he recently got released. Not released, his contract ended with AEW. He's a free agent. He's a free agent now, and the Lucha Bros are going to come to WWE eventually. But Rey Fenix is still in AEW for a while, so Pentagon is going to have to be a singles competitor. So maybe you put him in NXT until Rey Fenix gets here. It would definitely help NXT a lot. He feels above NXT, but NXT needs him. So maybe it's Pentagon, and then he wins the Iron Survivor Challenge. He replaces Eddie Thorpe, and he goes after Trick Williams, and then you have Obafemi versus Pentagon versus Trick Williams. That would be an absolute banger of a match. Just an idea, but I hope it's Pentagon. And then the final segment of the night is Roxanne Perez and the rest of the Iron Survivor women just having a confrontation in the ring. It was a whole big nothing burger. Roxanne Perez looked so good tonight. Man, she looked great. Like, damn. But like, this isn't a thirst channel. We're not going to thirst over Roxanne Perez here, even though like we should. But yeah, overall, it was a fine segment. Everybody ended up brawling. It was a fine final moment before deadline. I didn't really care about this. I'm excited for the Iron Survivor match. But yeah, solid way to end the show. And I really enjoyed tonight's show. If I have to give it a rating, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. This was a very solid episode of NXT. Over the last few weeks, they've gotten very uninteresting. And they're still a bit boring. But like tonight, it was really good. You had a lot of interesting stories. A lot of things that got me excited to watch next week. And it's a go-home show before the pay-per-view, so it's always going to be exciting. So I'm definitely excited for Deadline. I might make a predictions video, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see when we get closer to the time. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It definitely helps a lot. We recently got 200 subscribers and it means so much to me. So thank you to everybody who subscribes and watches. So I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.